Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here perfectly.
All I ever do is work, I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video
first
footage.
night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble walk.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, man, drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
I swear the page goes live again.
coming in. Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries, but semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, and the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
Like that. Now we're black. We're blacked out. Oh man. All right. So let me get the camera going here. We'll say little hellos and get everybody caught up on things. Good morning. What's up? I see people. The chat was a little slow. Hey Brack, how's it going? Yep, I saw your GFS post over there on Twitter. Talk about that. What's up, Stephanie Stokes from Panama City? Samantha, what's up? Julie, Eastern North Carolina, probably tired of that wind. What's up, Shelly Rosh? Got Facebook rolling. We got YouTube rolling. Remember, we're streaming live over on YouTube now. We got Becca Miguel. Good morning, DD Nation. John Ferguson down in the Caymans. Keith Richard's cooking bacon. Gotta love that. And we also are on Twitter. So, hey, what's up, Twitter? I know Twitter can't type or chat, but they're on there anyways. Oh. There we go. I had the microphone down. Shelly just messaged me. So, volume's low. So don't turn your volume back down. Otherwise, you're going to be blasted out. I don't know why the microphone was down. It's back to normal now. John Solomon, what's up from Apalachicola? Oh, man. All right. What's up, Mark McGuire? 24 hours until the big day. That's right, Kitchen. Got my cloak. Look at, got a real shirt on today. We'll get into all that. So we got a little bit of weather to talk about. What's up, Eric? The Rays. Speaking of the Rays, Emily's texting me right now from school, but Emily just texted me. She said, Brett Phillips pitched again last night. That usually is not a good thing when they put Brett Phillips in. Usually means bad things are happening to the Rays when Brett Phillips pitches. And it was a shutout. Not good. Good morning, Bobby. What's up? So, speaking of Emily, I gotta share a funny story real quick. I reckon. She had a little side pain. You know, I was worried about her appendix or her kidney stone. Everything's fine. So I took her to the doctor yesterday, and they had to give her a pregnancy test because she's 16. So I wasn't worried about it, but it was kind of awkward, I think, to hear it was negative. I looked at her, I'm like, so that was cheers to the first negative pregnancy test. It was not on the agenda, but she'd probably be pretty pissed if she knew I did that. Oh, anyway, all right, let's talk a little bit of weather. Big thanks to our buddies here at ABC. So we're heading down south today. Julie and I did the Governor's Hurricane Conference. I'm so excited I'm going to hang out today. But I'm definitely going to ABC. There's one really close. So I'm looking forward to trying out a new ABC store down in West Palm Beach area. So got the Rays on a little earlier tonight. So we're going to be watching them from somewhere down there. And definitely swinging by. Supporting our favorite store for sure. So big thanks for them, as always, hooking us up. So speaking of the Governor's Hurricane Conference, here it is. This is what it looks like. So I didn't know a couple tidbits here. It's the largest hurricane conference in the nation. It's going on right now down in West Palm Beach. 36th annual and largest in the nation. Pretty big. They're streaming live right now, too, by the way. You can check it out. I'll be down there hanging out Thursday morning. Had a lot of people request where we'll be at. So if you're down that way in the morning, come by and see us. I'll be hanging out with the Custom Tree Care Disaster Response Team. They're big fans of our page. Greg invited us to hang out with them for a little bit. So we'll be there. And I'm bringing a bunch of koozies and stickers. So if you're at the GHC, come by and see us. I'll be hanging out here. You look for this setup. This is booth 307. I'll be there tomorrow morning, 307. But anyway, you watch the general session. They're getting ready. Ken Graham's fixing to speak. The director of the Hurricane Center is going to be speaking next. So if you want to watch it live, it's going on right now. Pretty cool. A lot of great information. But I'll be there tomorrow. So definitely excited about that. Picking up the Tropical Meteorology Award for 2021. Unbelievable. Hey, Mel from Vero. What's up, Eric? Appreciate the stars. What's up, Loretta Reed? Yeah, we're live. We're good. Pups. Oh, Miguel. Oh, bad news on the pups. So I had to go to the backup plan. Because we're gone for 2 days, we had to take him down to the... I meant to hold this one as a joke. Speaking of Emily, it's Emily's first puppy, so I keep it up top. The dogs are on their way to the animal hospital. Curlew, our friends there, take care of our dogs. We've had 3 dogs there now for 20-some years, so they're in great hands, but they're on their way. They have to stay away for 2 nights, so I'll have them back in the morning for Friday. So no puppies, I'm sorry. So we got Emily's first puppy dog when she was, this puppy dog's 16 years old. It's her first one. And it's still in good shape. The nose is gone because one of our dogs ate the nose. It's noseless. But he sits about as good as Louie does. This is what Louie would be doing right now. Louie puts his head up and he kind of looks up in the sky, you know. That's kind of what Louie does. Hunter starts falling asleep. No snorting noises, though. I don't know how we're going to reproduce the snorts, as I usually take a nap during our show and you can hear the loud snores. All right, so we're going to talk weather. Yeah, the badge is gone. They come and go. I'm not really sure what's going on. Good morning, Darcel from Richmond, Virginia. Ashley Nagel, what's up? Oh, good morning, Brew Crew. Appreciate that. Grandpa Mike can wait a while. Who's that? Luann. Oh, that's right. Grandpa Mike. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. A little bit of weather news. So we got a couple things to talk about. So a lot of people don't know this, but Ida was retired this year. I found this article on the National Hurricane Center site because I was looking for a crayon. Yes, the live stream will be on Luann. Yes, Brock, I saw that video, man. Another house into the Atlantic Ocean up that way. So we're going to show you all that. But little hurricane news, Ida was retired. Ida was the big one last year. There's a publication about this. I thought it was interesting. But Amani is going to be the new name. Imani. So I don't know if it's Amani. Probably Amani. So in case you're wondering, they retired Ida because of the death and destruction of Category 4. I think it was 150 miles an hour. There's only been 94 names. Only. It's a lot, actually. There's been 94 names retired. And that seems like quite a bit, actually. I didn't mean to say only. 94 named storms have now been retired from the Hurricane Center list. That's a lot. That means those 94 pretty serious storms to be retired. And then a little tidbit too, the names get recycled every 6 years. So this year we have Alex. 6 years from now we'll have another Alex. So every 6 years they repeat the names. And then if we have a new name, which is Imani, that'll go into circulation 5 years from now. So anyway, a little tidbit there. But what's going on in the weather world? It's crazy. I cannot believe we have not had a crayon. I am I just blown away that we've not had a crayon for our spot off the Atlantic. So we're going to talk about that. Unbelievable. Thank you, James. Yep. Casey, appreciate that. Getting the award. Yep, we're getting the award tomorrow, 11 o'clock. So Shelly will stream it. Hey, what's up, Greg Montgomery? What's our old buddy Greg doing? How do you get the wonderful world of weather? His lifetime. You're great, Greg Montgomery, Mr. Furman. Cheers to Furman. I've been checking out your new electric bad boy coming. It's unbelievable, for sure. So yeah, cool. Jay's triplet. 11 o'clock tomorrow we'll have a stream on that, and you can watch it. I have shoes on, but anyway, no crayon. This is Tropics. So this map, 4 days in county, we're going to be getting updated NHC not alerts, but just updates 4 times a day. Remember, 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, starting May 15th. We're going to get these every 6 hours. New graphics, if there's anything. So no crayon. I just don't get it. It walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, smells like a duck, poops like a duck. I don't know. Anyway, here's what it looks like. All right, so we got tight little low spinning. This is off the coast of Carolina. Unbelievable winds here. People from Virginia all the way down in the Outer Banks have been chiming in on our page now the last 2 days. Just constant. I'm sure you've seen the video of the house going into the Atlantic. There's been a couple houses destroyed now. Beach erosion, obviously. Just constant battering of winds. People are sick of it. There's our low. Look at this little guy spinning, though. It's incredible. Incredible low pressure spinning out here in the Atlantic. It's tied up to an old frontal line. Hasn't really detached itself enough, I don't believe, in order to be, tropical. But yeah, it's crazy. The cat's dragging in the followers. The cats, what cats? Billy, how's it going, Billy? I've been seeing you for years. I should email and complain. No, they're the bosses, not me. I just wanted to whip out the first crayon of the year. I'm just wondering when we'll get it. But anyway, there you go. That's some pretty impressive spinach out there. Lower level spin, really impressive looking. Now check out this. This is even more impressive. Look at the satellite imagery here. We're going to Weather Nerds. Incredible satellite imagery here of our visible. Now we're getting daylight. Let's look at this one real quick, and then we'll look at the visible. So it's kind of lacking convection. Usually you want to have convection around a system fully in order to be considered subtropical or tropical. Right here is our low, and it's a lot of the convection is displaced around it, but visible satellite really shows it. You'll really appreciate this here. Check this out. Let me show you. Visible satellite is really off the charts for little guy out there spinning away. Look at that. All right, so we'll just leave this up for a minute. Look at that. It's right here. Would you look at that? So, very impressive spin out there. And, yeah, that's, it's right off the coast. This is Carolina. This is Outer Banks. This is obviously counterclockwise what we've been dealing with. But if you're having a hard time, look right here. That's our low pressure. It's the first unofficial. Can't even call it a blob. It's the first spinach. It's the first unofficial sexy spinach. Because we've had spinach, but we haven't had sexy spinach. This is sexy spinach. Oh, man. So there's our spinach. It's drifted south. Travis. Yeah, we named this thing Alf. Hey, good KP on YouTube says those houses were condemned. Okay, no one was living in them. That's good to know. Well, I knew nobody was there. But they're gone. There you go. So this is what it's going to do. This is slowly going to drift itself towards North Florida, Lower Jackson, Georgia. And it's going to bring some winds. And it's going to bring some rains. As this sucker moves in, we're going to see the action shift to, let me clean this out. So as our low comes around here tomorrow and Thursday, remember, winds now are going to be coming in counterclockwise. So we're going to get, not as strong of winds, but enough that we can have some coastal trouble, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. And then all this moisture is going to end up falling primarily Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Friday and Saturday. Okay, very little bit here across Florida. It's still going to impact some rain, but as far as the juice goes, the low is going to come back around and get pulled up, and the rain here for Friday and Saturday. Not a lot of wind. It's going to slowly start dissipating the next couple days. Now, the other thing, which I'm starting to see a little more alerts, is this right here. Look, these winds are starting to really come down into Florida and the Bahamas. So we got a lot of wind alerts across the Florida East Coast right now, down in the Bahamas. This is going to last through today, a little bit tomorrow. As our low starts to turn, the winds are going to come in more, over land, so they won't be as bad tomorrow into Friday. So today's the big day with winds for Florida East Coast and the Bahamas. And then, of course, it shifts a little bit more to the north. So that's what we got. There's a few tropical maps. I'm really surprised. Like I said, there's a lot of maps I look at for tropical probability. A lot of color on this map. Doesn't mean anything. Looking at the Euro, let's take a look at the Euro. Even though the Euro this morning I noticed popped up, showed some probability chances for it, which, hasn't really done a lot of, but it's doing it now. You can kind of see it there. Let's just do Cone US. So there, look, even these are Euro probability percentages. So even the Euro sniffing a little chance that it could have formed tropical, but it didn't. So that's what we got. We got a nothing burger. Surface charts here. Let's show you this one. This is 48 hours. This is Friday. There's our low. And that's it. So the winds, let's take a look at that. The winds are going to slowly start dying down, which is good. Here's your seas forecast. Currently 20-foot swells. Significant wave height, actually. That's the average of the highest 1/3 of the waves. So that's, 20 foot is pretty tall. So I know that I read Royal Caribbean and some others were altering their ships to try to miss some of this stuff the next couple days. And some of the current, I don't know. What else was I going to look at over here? That's probably it. A lot of shear. Well, the shear is interesting. Let me show you this too. So two things. The reason I kept thinking this might get something is this. So the water temperatures here, looking at our Bay News 9 map, we're inching into the 80-degree mark. That's the warm Gulf Stream. So it's right on the threshold that it had, a little bit of fuel. James, first wave. It's pretty low. The monsoon trough is very low, but I'll show you that too. the wave has actually kind of made its way across, and it's showing up on their surface charts nearing the Caribbean, actually. So we'll look at that. But here's the water temperatures. Pretty warm. And shear, I'm really surprised, is very, very light. This is our shear map. Here's Florida. It's kind of hard to see, but this is Florida right here. There's Carolina. But look at that. Very light shear. So, you know, very light shear. Sometimes, you know, these old frontal boundaries just have a hard time to separate themselves off of there. But I don't know. God, if it was hurricane season, we're looking at, you know, it's a closed low. If you look at 850, that was very sloppy. There's our vorticity map. Usually you want to see a tighter circulation in order to be really taken seriously. 500 is very broad. So all in all, it's just a very broad area of low pressure system. For sure. Now here's an interesting tidbit. This is 72 hours. Look at that tropical wave. Look at that sucker. So interesting. Melissa, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Tropics coming up. He's strong to the finish because he eats the spinach. Greg Montgomery. Hey, by the way, Greg, I got one of your bags full of koozies. You guys sent me the most. Usually I bring a Publix bag. So we look official. I got a zippered bag. And look, look at this. The Furman guys sent me all kinds of swag. Look, even my mouse pad is a Furman's mouse pad. Because my other one was a Hooters. I think you all remember that it was a Hooters girl mouse pad, and they strategically put the foam here, and believe it or not, it had a leak. Kind of weird, very weird. So I think I joked about that years ago, or I showed everybody years ago. Kitchen, hey, I'll do that. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where we're staying at. But yeah, we're staying at some airport hotel. All right, so what else we got? BLTs they're talking about. Oh my God. All right, so there's our tropical wave. Now this is 3 days out. Interestingly enough, it could kickstart something. Let's talk about that. So there's our tropical wave. This is the 72 hours surface chart. Not really seeing it too much here. Maybe a little bit. Let's take a look at this. You can kind of see it. This is the wave sticking together. You see it out here, right here. And it's going to possibly make the trek to the Caribbean. It's got a lot of land to cross, but we are seeing lowering pressures here in about 9 days now. We're within 10 days. So this is tricky. This is very tricky because we don't know how good the models are going to be early season. The GFS is always notoriously spinning up systems early last season. But we got a shot. So let's go. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about that. I also posted this morning. Bad news, I know. But look, this is your heat map. This is the next 2 weeks global tropics hazards map. And it's a cool little map. I have it on the website. But look at this. Brown is very high confidence above normal temperatures. Yuck. And that means that they're saying for the 7 days that it could be in the upper third of historic range. That means records are going to be broken. Anybody in brown, and this includes the southeast next week, May 18th to 24th, below average rainfall for Texas. You don't want to hear that at all. Drought's already there, and that touches Louisiana a little bit. So drought, heat. The other thing is this green area. So there's tropical moisture expected to be hanging around the next 2 weeks. Now this could be indicator that we're seeing a chance of something brewing down here. So let's look at that. But anyway, it's going to be hot. I just wanted to share that little tidbit of great news. So I'm going to go. I haven't been across the Alligator Alley in years. I'm so excited. Remember the old Alligator Alley used to be 2-lane. Crayon time, no credit. So hey, Billy, you know what? That's a good point. I haven't really paid attention to the Central America gyre. All right, so here, let's look at the models first and foremost, and then we'll look at ensemble. So Billy brought up a good point. Usually early season systems, we get this Central America gyre. It's just a basically lower pressure area across the whole Central America. Sometimes they can spit out systems, sometimes on the Pacific, sometimes on the Atlantic side. Tyre. I didn't know how to say it one year, and it's pronounced gyre like tire. All right, Tropics. All right, so this is what we're going to watch. This is tropicaltidbits.com. Basically, there's 2 conventions going on right now, too. Levi's at another one, and he did a speech yesterday. I saw some of the clips on Twitter. Hey, Scooter, what's up? Appreciate that. Yeah, there you go, Eric. Record highs for South Florida. I just showed that. You're correct. It's hot. Not right now, though. It's pretty cool. We're enjoying a little bit of north air. You know, these winds are bringing in. People are commenting on the fact that we have cooler East Coast up in New York and whatnot. But this is all because of this. Look, see all this air, all this cool air gets funneled down from up north, and that's why we have moisture. And this big high pressure is setting up here over the U.S. for the next 2 weeks. And that's not good. Yuck. All right, so here's what the latest GFS showing. There's our low. Disregard that. It's nothing. It's just what we know. It's drifting itself into Georgia, basically. But let's zoom in a little closer. We're going to really go into the tropics now and just show you what's cooking. So we'll go out to about the 18th and 19th, and there we go. So you can kind of follow our wave. Not sure if it's really the tropical wave that we're watching now, but you can start to see something get pulled up. We're watching this general area right here, and it's been really consistent. This is the 20th of May, 10 days from now, and you start to see lowering pressures up. And look at that. I can't believe I haven't seen that shared everywhere yet. Stephanie Stokes, that's right by you guys. Now, like I said, early season systems are very hard to predict because GFS has been notorious over the years for doing this. But it's within a 10-day window, okay? So it's definitely worth talking about. That's what we do. Karen. Good morning, Karen. That's right, Bill. Stock up. So there's that's interesting, right? Now the model's been off and on, so don't it's not 100% locked in yet, but it is an area to watch, and the runs are going to be bouncing back and forth. This one's interesting, Water temperatures are hot enough for sure. Now let's look at some other model runs. 00Z. This is where you get caught up in things now. Look at last night. You can barely see it down here. This is the 20th. Just a weak low area that gets pulled up. So, you got to not get too worked up yet on believing it's going to happen. But we are seeing enough consistency that we're going to see low pressures around the 20th, and there really hasn't been enough solid support yet to really, go to Vegas and bet all in. So, that actually this morning's run was the most aggressive in a long time. I think we had one. Yeah, we had a little sign of it. This one, the 22nd. This was yesterday's model. So anyway, so tropics, maybe, yep. I mean, I can see it. There's historically, I know we share this a lot. Let me show you anyways. If we want to look at the month of May, here's May 11th through 20th. This is typically where they start in the season. These are usually old frontal boundaries. Rarely you get a tropical wave this early in the season, I will say that. My buddy Walter emails me a lot from up north, Upper Gulf, and this is very early for a tropical wave. But hey, I'm going to show you some water temperature maps. What's up, Dale Kindberg? How's it going, buddy? Coastal flooding. I know, Paula, it's terrible. Mark Hall's watching Twister Sister videos. What's up with that? Remember MTV in the mornings? I used to love MTV. All right. Early season systems, May 11th through 20th. Here's May 21st through 31st. You can just see it. So very common spot here, either side of Central America. Now, the water anomaly map. This is very interesting, too. Remember, here's that tropical wave. Very early season tropical wave. Very interesting. This is the 48-hour map. This is Friday morning. Friday morning, there's our low, making its trek into Georgia, likely. North Florida, maybe. Remember, the north side of the low is going to have the most winds coming in to the coast. And let's look at the winds one last time. We got a lot of people still dealing with this on the Outer Banks in Virginia. Here's your winds. Very strong winds. Another day of it. Look at that. So these are 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, possibly upper 40s coming in. Virginia Beach, still got it, 41. This is your current snapshot here, but this is going to slowly. So here's tonight. Still, look at that. This low is not moving at all. So you got another 12 hours of strong winds here. Virginia down through the Outer Banks here, coming in from your northeast. This is tonight. Now tomorrow, slowly our low starts this trek here towards the coast tomorrow morning, and that's going to give you a wind shift, a little bit of a wind shift. So tomorrow, about this time tomorrow, there's our wind shift. See, there's our low. Everything now is coming in like this, and it's going to be really a break for you guys. Luckily, it's not going to be very strong. Still 20 mile an hour possible, but the big stuff isn't there. And I saw Jim Cantori talking about another little vorticity area here to the north of the main one, but we'll see how that pans out. But anyway, so as we get into Thursday, here's what we got. This is Thursday night. So here's Thursday night. Very sloppy. It's going to weaken. Myrtle Beach, Charleston. So, you're going to have a little bit more waves tomorrow night, tomorrow. So, nothing big. But look at this green. Very little tomorrow night. So, basically one more a day of winds, and things are really going to slow down for you guys. Finally, right? This is tomorrow, 7 p.m. This is tomorrow, 7 p.m. So one more day as our low slides in. Now, rain-wise, let's show you this real quick. Just kind of keep the theme up. And then we'll go back into tropics. Man, I definitely went off. All right, so this is very sloppy. But here you go. So here's tomorrow. Going into Friday. Here's Friday morning. Remember, most of the juice is going to stay on the north side of our low. So there you go. So those are the rains Friday morning. Coming into South Carolina, North Carolina, a little bit into Virginia. And there you go. Here's tomorrow, or Friday night. Low pressure gets absorbed there. So your best chance of rain is Friday and Saturday as this low crosses up in there. So, all right. All right, enough of that. So let's go back to tropics. So we got GFS. Let's look at some ensembles. We only got, what we're getting at. Let me go back if you're just joining. Latest GFS, spinning up something down in the Caribbean. Very, 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 very unreliable at this point. But it is a possibility, historically speaking. That's where we left off. This is the area to watch. Now, the water temperatures, we'll show in a minute. The Gulf is very warm, about 2 degrees Celsius above average right now. So definitely warm enough for something to get spun up down the road. All right, so Anomalies. So going to like Euro, that's a 6Z. Euro, not really showing much. It kind of did a little bit yesterday, but it's not really that impressed. So very, very, very low odds right now. But we like to look long range, you know. GFS has gotten a lot better over the years. But we'll go to our ensemble maps. Ensemble maps are really good to look at because you look at a more blend of for sure. What's the 21st and 22nd, Greg? Summer break in high school, Stacy Wilson. Pancake, brunch, MTV, and lounging by the pool. What's going to win this year, GFS, Euro, or CMC? Yep, Icon has been very nice this year, last couple of years. But anyway, all right. I'm just catching up on comments. Cindy says the Outer Banks is taking a beating. It is definitely. Dawn just got her live alert. I know. I used to get them too, but I don't get them anymore. Like I need them. Hey, Mike, you're live. Oh, okay. I did not know. All right. Let's look at the ensemble maps. I love ensemble maps. They pretty much are a blend of all the models. And give you more of a bigger picture of what's going on. I just got hit by a bee. When I pulled Emily's dog down, Sarah made this to me. So I keep all these little tidbits up here. Sarah likes it when she comes home from school. She sees it, and she knows that Daddy loves her. Beavis and Butthead, Harold, I remember that. All right, so these are ensembles. So these are a little bit better ways to check out probabilities. So we're gonna speed up here. This is the 18th. And there you go. 21st, 22nd. There's these are all the different brains of the GFS. But there's a few. There's enough support to show that the GFS is definitely thinking that something could pop out of the Caribbean in about 10 days. So that's what we got to watch. Let's look at the 00Z. That was the 6Z models. Here is that was a Z. Is 6Z out yet? Yep. So there's your 6Z models. A few strong ones, right? Last night's 00Z. Yeah. A little bit more east biased, which makes sense. 18Z. A few of them. So yeah, it's enough to keep talking about. You look at history, you look at water temps. We have a tropical wave out there now. Yeah, so these SpaghettiOs are kind of cool to look at. Showing you different center points where they could possibly go. And yeah, so you're going to see a lot more about it. Just remember, early season 10 days out is rough. Justin Brown wants to know about the Bahamas. Nope, this low pressure is not going to be around at all. It's going to be gone. It could be a little juicy though, but nothing, no wind, which is good. The low pressure is turning into Georgia tomorrow, Friday. Adam, how long does it take? Well, daily. I mean, you got to remember, Ida. Basically 3 days, Michael. So figure, 3 days. And it all depends on high pressure and stuff. But, figured when you say here, but Florida, it would be 4 days. So if it was here the 20th, it could come up here the 24th, 25th. Big if, right? Big if. But definitely watching it, It's kind of tough to look at an operational model run when it's so all over the place. Like I said, you can really pull your hair out of your head if you looked at all these model runs. All right, so here's the latest 6Z for the 22nd, right? Decent looking little system, right? But then you look at last night's run, the same exact timestamp, and you see a little blob there. And you see a frontal line. And you see the juice that is being already predicted to be in the area next week, right here. So, higher moisture definitely predicted in this general area the next 2 weeks. So there you go. Definitely spot to watch. You'll see it. I guarantee if you posted a 6Z model run, you'd get a lot of shares. A lot. We could do this one here. We could look at the 850 vorticity wind and pull up this. That would get me some likes. I'm all about the likes and the hype. Oh yeah. Let's post that one. Oh my God. Why not? That would be Thursday the 26th. But hey, like I said, the run before, nothing. So just take it with a grain of salt right now. But I'm watching it. This time of year, I get excited about the models because the 12Z models will start running in about an hour and a half. Somebody mentioned rain on the East Coast. It surely is. Getting some of the warm Gulf Stream effect rains sliding down. You can see it pretty cool. I got another good Florida map here we can look at. All the storms are staying obviously to the north. There you go. Today's storms, tomorrow's storms, way north too. Another sign that the season's near is the storms are pulling north. That means the jet stream's farther to the north. Cold fronts aren't making their way down yet, and that means, the rainy season's getting close because the cold fronts are going away, and more time for the shear to start to relax in the Caribbean. When you have relaxed shear, more chances for storms to get going. So, anyway. But yeah, interesting. All right, let's take a look at some other things. I guess excessive heat's coming. We showed that a lot. Light shear. Let's talk about the water maps. Let's take a look at the water vapor loop. I like looking at this thing. You can really, God, look at that thing. That's crazy. That's what, wow. Let's go check this out here. A lot of spinach out there. This one really shows it good though. Check this out. Look at this. It's going to be interesting. Watch this. Wow. That's more of an upper mid-level low, but look at that. Would you just look at that? That's crazy looking. But our main low is somewhere around all this juice right here. About right here somewhere. That's our surface low. This is more of an upper low, but look at that. Cinnamon swirl, a lot of dry air coming down. Beautiful. I bet you a lot of blue sky on the East Coast right now. But it's also bringing in the big winds and moisture. All right, here's Florida radar. We can take a look at this one. This will show you those little spitting clouds here on the East Coast coming down. That means we'll be driving through them later today. Might have rained at Shelley's pad a minute ago. What's up, Cook and Havamill? So anyway, all right. Anything else we can talk about? So we got ensembles. Casually watching it. Another place you can go get your ensemble map is Tropical Tidbits, and all you got to do is click Western Caribbean, click Lower Dynamics, and hit. Got to go ensembles. GEFS is the GFS. Go to Lower Dynamics, hit ensemble member lower pressure or MSLP means surface low pressure. All right, and then here's what we got, and you'll start to see clusters coming up. Remember that movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind? I just had a flashback. Look at this cluster down here. This is on the 19th. Remember that scene when the 3 UFOs were like going down the highway and they were little yellow dots and they're like zoom, zoom, zoom. That's what this looks like. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But anyway, strong, indicator we could see low pressure pulling up. We'll see about that. You got a high to the left, help them accelerate that. We got their big Atlantic high, starting to work itself in already. And so anyway, lots to watch, but nothing to worry about, obviously. But hey, if you like long range tropic watching, then definitely keep your eyes on the lower Caribbean. And of course, the Euro is not showing it. It's because it's very low probability right now. So, rock and roll. All right, anything else? Thank you, John. Yep, new toys. How about my loop? Yep. Shelly sent me some toys. This is our loop current toy. Haven't figured out really how to use it, but you can make little loop currents. Look. It's pretty awesome. Look. This is the Gulf of Mexico loop current map right now. Actually, let's draw one. All right, so I definitely could do it. I'm just going to have to spend some time with it. Oh, hell yeah, man. This is it right here. So this is a good map here of our loop current currently in the Gulf of Mexico. I think I'm doing it right. Something like that. We'll talk more about loop currents next time because we're almost into an hour. I got a 4-hour drive ahead of me. And I'm craving some bacon right now. Here's your ocean current map. And I'm going to show some water temperature stuff, but there it is. There's our loop current. Look, almost exact. Beautiful. This is what's funneling the warm water into the Gulf of Mexico. And now that we got this huge heat planned, the next 2 weeks, man, the Gulf is really going to start warming up like not good. Not that it means anything as far as storms go, but so I'm going to show you the water anomaly map, and then we'll come back to this. So there's your loop. We leave that up too. Let's take a look at the water anomaly map. This one's kind of give you an idea what's happening in the Gulf. The Gulf's warming up really quick. And I always can't find it. There it is right here. All right, so let's go to the Gulf, Mexico. These are current temperatures. We want to go to Anomaly 1-day map. And there you go. So there's your water anomaly. This is over history. But all it's basically saying is the Gulf's warmer now on May the 10th, May 11th, than it normally is over time. 30-year averages. 30-year averages are from 1991 to 2020. So this is just telling you the last 30 years, the Gulf average was this, and this tells you that it's hotter than average. And some of these red spots, man, are like 2 degrees warmer already. So there's, that's hot. Hot. Anyway, so the Gulf's warming up. And the other thing, like I said, going back to this map here, this is showing you that the next 2 weeks we're going to have historical heat, and that includes the Gulf of Mexico. So that means things are going to get hotter. Doesn't mean anything. Just means more fuel if we were to get a system. Takes a lot more than hot water to make storms. But we know that hot water helps provide fuel for the tropics. So anyway, Memorial Day weekend. Hey, man, too far out, Kim. But again, looking into this map, could be dry, could be a little something down here brewing in the tropics. But if we have this much heat, that means that obviously you always are going to have rain chances in Florida this time of year. They don't last very long. You got to deal with them. Rains every day sometimes. But long range, looking at heat, a little too far to be looking at individual maps. But pattern though is showing, again, moisture possibly pulling up and hot. So just something to keep our eyes on. We always look forward, way forward. There's that Gulf Stream. This is interesting. Let's leave it on our Weather Nerds map as we wrap it up here. Actually, I want to look at this map here. I want to look at the rainbow sandwich. Rainbow sandwich. Let's pull this one up. This will give us a good look at our coastal low here. And we'll just leave this one up. Look at that little swirl, man. It's incredible. A little vorticity spinning down here in Florida, too. It's really interesting. But there's your main swirl. And if you want to focus in on it, it's right there. So, all right. What can we talk about? Yes, big announcement. Monday. Next week we'll be live every day. Every day, 9:19. It's been that way for years. 9:19. Brew Crew members, we got a lot of supporters, subscribers. Remember, we got a lot of new perks this year. One of the perks is a Google Calendar that will notify and help you stay in touch of anything going on. You'll get notifications with Google Calendars, like when we're fixing to go live, which is neat. And if there's any days off, because there are times that, we're not here. And I do have 2 weeks scheduled, one in June, one in July. And so we're guaranteed to have a hurricane that week. So, all right, anything else we can chit-chat about as far as weather goes? Let's take a look at some high-resolution future radar. Take a look at this. The next 48 hours to see what we got cooking. Coastal rains across Florida. We got that figured out. Here's what we got for the next 48 hours. Rainfall wise. And here's what we got. And man, it's going to be really close to Florida. But that's a good map. So what we're looking at here, you kind of watch this low, and all this stuff here gets close to Florida, but most of it comes upwards into our low. So let's focus on that. But here's radar throughout the day today. Coastal rain. This is through today. Look, showers popping down into Florida. Might have a little bit of outer bandage into Virginia and North Carolina. This is throughout the day, later today. No storms, just, could have a little bit. Then we go tomorrow. So there's some bands getting into the Carolinas tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. This is 3, 4, 5 in the morning. As this is when our low starts to make the re-entrance. There's some bands. These, you could have a few thunderstorms with these, but look at that. It's going to feel tropical, man, I tell you. Tropical rain bands. They don't call it tropical, but it's going to feel like tropical, because look at that spinach, man. And it, man, it's crazy. It's tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see, tomorrow, all day tomorrow, we're going to see tropical bands coming in. You can see the low pressure down here spinning. These bands are going to start making their way in here Friday. But wow, and that Gulf Stream, man, this is right where the Gulf Stream's at. And it really gets juicy. This is Friday morning. So Friday morning, our low is going to be somewhere right here. And all these rain bands are going to be coming in. So, man, I'm glad we showed that map. Tropical spinach. I'm still telling you. Things that I look at. One, right? It's very broad low, but it has spinach. Very good low level spinach. Now still attached to this frontal line, but technically here 850, pretty solid looking spinach, right? That's the center, kind of opened up on the bottom end, not completely wrapped yet, but 500 millibar. There's that secondary upper level low that we showed. This little guy right here is showing up very well on this water vapor loop right here. See it breaking off that little upper level low? Pretty cool, right? But 500 level, still got spinach. You got, basically this is the spot right there. I think I can go back to my pointer. I think I can do my pointer. Yeah, I can leave that up. All right. So we go to 850, when we're looking at Tropics, we look at things like this. So there's our low. That's 850 millibar. 1,000 millibar, obviously spinning right there. 700 millibar, a little bit to the west, not much. 500 millibar, not much, not bad. Even your jet stream, not looking too bad. ET looking at you. But anyway, so it's got that. It's got light shear. Water temperatures are warm. The Gulf Stream's right underneath it. I don't know. They're not calling it, so it's nothing. But I still say it could be a sneaky little guy and get a little bit more convection around it, possibly when it gets over the Gulf Stream a little bit more. So we'll see. Really, you want to see more convection firing up around the center, which we're not really seeing yet. But I'm telling you. Hey, Joe Ward, that sounds like fun. Told Jim Cantori I'd owe him a beer if I ever see him at a storm again. Haven't saw the word tut yet, but sometimes these upper level jet streams, look at that other secondary vorticity. That is so wicked. Middle level spinach. But all right, well, there you go. So, all right, what else can we say? Someone's getting married? Who's getting married? Pretty cool. Vicky Hill, appreciate that. You're welcome. Vindy, appreciate you tuning in. Oh, Robin Williams' daughter's getting married. Topsail Beach. Hey, it'll be pretty nice. I think most of this rain's going to be gone by then. So, fingers crossed. Won't be that windy. Make sure it doesn't recreate the Marilyn Monroe scene with a lot of wind. Wind in a dress blowing up. All right. Well, hey, as always, we appreciate you tuning in, and got a lot to talk about, but I got to get on the road. So very fascinating stuff. We'll just leave it up so people can tune back in and watch it. The Daily Brew. Remember, it's always recorded, and getting big numbers over on YouTube now and Twitter. So that's cool. Doing these little 1-minute video updates on Instagram and TikTok even. And they're going pretty well too. We got our podcast now. You can always download the podcast. All the links to find out where we're at are here. Remember, the podcast is kind of neat. Doing that a little bit more. And then, yeah, so there you go. So we should be back Friday. And, hey, Telford, what's up, buddy? Yep, that upper level, mid-level low is definitely creating havoc on this thing. We'll have to see what that does. Low level wise, it's very defined. Mid level though, it's definitely playing havoc, I'm sure. It's actually 12 hours, 6 hours. Yeah, it could even get pulled back around it, but very sloppy. But look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, though, definitely going to get tropical rain bands, no matter what, in off of the Gulf Stream. It'll feel tropical. It's officially called ALF. All right, well, listen. So all day today, listen. So I'll be posting video, some live videos. We'll share the link on the live award luncheon link tomorrow at 11. So I'll be sharing stuff from the hurricane conference throughout the day, today and tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that, right? And we'll see everybody on Friday. And if I see you down there, cheers. All right, bye-bye.